Hey guys and girls, welcome to another Sunday afternoon chat on a pretty warm, but not unbearable at all Sunday afternoon where it's not 100 degrees. It's not 100 degrees. 95 degrees. That's what it made it up to today. That's what it is right about right now. It may get a degree or two higher, but I think we're through with the 100-degree days here in Oklahoma. At least that's what they say, is that we're through with the 100-degree days here in Oklahoma. We will see. We've got rain forecast, probably maybe a little bit tomorrow, perhaps a little bit Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 4 days where we've got chances for rain. So we're really looking forward to that. Some of the forecasts say up to a half inch. Some of them say it could be 2 to 3 inches. So we don't know. We'll just see what happens. We'll let God determine the outcome to that. All these hot weather we've had this year, and we have set some records here in Oklahoma. I heard watching the football game yesterday. Chris and I watched several football games yesterday, including the Oklahoma University game, which was a strangely called football game. We're a passing team, got a really good quarterback, great receivers. We're trying to get broken into the system. We lost our best two receivers last year, and we're trying to get our new receivers broken into the system. But for some reason, we ran the football pretty much the whole game until the game got only 14-11. We were 14-0 ahead, and we got 14-3, and then finally they scored a touchdown and 2-point conversion. All of a sudden, it's a 3-point ball game, and then Oklahoma threw the ball a little bit and scored 2 quick touchdowns. And I don't know, maybe they're just trying not to show what they got. I don't have any idea, but it wasn't anything like last week where we come out and just blitzed down the field and had a really good time. Of course, we were playing a lot better competition. SMU is a very good football team. Good defense, good offense, and obviously we did try to run a football. I guess we just tried to establish a run. I really don't have any idea. I'm not a football coach. I'm a country fisherman is what I am. So I got a lot of good friends that are football coaches and some really good ones, like my buddy Barry Switzer, probably one of the very best ever, without a doubt. Won national championships, 3 at the University of Oklahoma, won the Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys, and had a shot at 2 or 3 more Super Bowls. He had it without, Deion Sanders kind of caused him to win a Super Bowl and lose a Super Bowl both. But anyway, congratulations to Deion, by the way, on another victory. Deion started out 2-0. We'll be playing Colorado, I think, a little bit later this year ourselves. I think they're on our schedule. We got kind of a crazy schedule this year the way it is, but for some reason it seems like we got Colorado on there. Not positive about that. But as I think about it, I don't even know if that's true or not. Oh, me, I don't know. But it's been a good week. I heard watching football games. I think it was the game down in Baylor we were watching when the announcer said that it's been the hottest year on record ever. And that's absolutely just a blatantly untrue statement. Certainly here in Oklahoma, 2012 was a lot higher. 2008 was a lot hotter. I can remember some years back in the 80s and 90s that blow this year away. So we have these television type media people that want to think that the world's fixing to burn up. But for some of us that's lived a long time, we'll remember back in the 70s and 80s where hairspray was supposed to destroy the world. We're supposed to be long gone by now. And then they changed over to something else and something else and something else. And that's a political ploy to get you to spend money on things that you don't really want to spend money on, or spend your tax money on things that you would definitely not want to spend your tax money on. But anyway, enough of that nonsense right there. But it's been a hot summer. There's no doubt about it. We've had quite a few days in 108, 109-degree days. We fished in quite a few of those days, but we have got fishing weather coming up. Yeah, that's right. 70 and 80-degree days, cloudy, rainy, windy type days. Beautiful days to go fishing. So I know a lot of you will be fishing, and the more you go, the better fisherman you're going to become, without a doubt. I had only one appearance this week. I went over and spoke at the Pan American Bass Fishing Games down over in Hot Springs, Arkansas. They fished in that tournament on Lake Hamilton. They fished yesterday and I believe today. I don't think it's a one-day tournament. I think it's 2, yesterday and today. 9 nations fishing that tournament. I probably can't tell you all of them exactly, but of course the United States and Canada, South Africa, and how South Africa is in a Pan American bass fishing tournaments. I'm not sure, but they're really good guys from over there. I've met several of them, and they're really good fishermen as well over there in South Africa. They have a big team, a huge team comes over here for this tournament. Panama, Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Colombia, Guatemala. And I've fished pretty much all those places. I guess all of them that I have mentioned, I have fished. And Brazil, they've got bass fishing teams coming from really all over. And the Mexico team is a real big team. The Venezuela team is a big team. And we visited with a lot of those guys from on those teams down there and took pictures with them and had fun. Our show Jimmy Houston Outdoors showed in Venezuela and Colombia and Brazil and Mexico, all down around South America for years, still is on ESPN. And they get ESPN. So for a lot of the people down there in South America, I'm the only American bass fisherman they know because of ESPN. But that tournament's a great event, and it's kind of really, you can have as many teams as you want. I think the United States had about 9 or 10 teams. And I got to, visit with a lot of my friends I don't get to see very often anymore since I'm not fishing tournament. Larry Nixon, Roland Martin was there. Of course, I spend a lot of time with Roland throughout the year, and I've spent a lot of time with him here recently, as a matter of fact. But Roland Martin's fishing that tournament for the United States. Larry Nixon, Steve Browning, the Cowboy Joey Cifuentes, Charlie Evans, my buddy Charlie Evans is a coach of that team. Scott Martin is fishing that team. And listen to this, 3 girls on that team. And one of them I know, Hillary Martin, Scott's daughter. But and so we have 3 girls on the American team. And that's just amazing. It's fantastic. And I don't know that any of the other teams had any ladies on them, but we've got 3. And that's pretty doggone good. I'm so proud of those girls. And with Hillary fishing with her dad Scott and her granddad Roland, that's 3 generations fishing that tournament, which is really, really good. They're not fishing for money. They're fishing for medal. They're fishing for pride of their nation. And I'm not exactly sure of the rules, but as I understand it, they take an average of all the boats. So if you have 5 teams or 3 teams or 9 teams, you take that and take the average of all the boats. So it really and truly, probably the fewer teams you have, the better chance you have to win. But then if you have more teams, you have a chance of 1 or 2 of those teams really catching some bang up stringers. So, but anyway, it's a great event. It's a fun event, and they have it on Lake Hamilton over there in Hot Springs, Arkansas. A tremendously busy little city with lots and lots going on. It's just a great place. I love it there. Lake Washita, of course, is close by there as well. I fished Washita and Hamilton both a lot. I finished 2nd place in a BASS tournament over in Lake Washita one time, and Jerry Ryan won that tournament. Hank Parker informed me that he finished 3rd. Roland Martin this week informed me that he thought 4th or 5th. I don't know. He probably did. He was 4th or 5th. That's about as bad as he ever did, seems like. But anyway, but they got to go over there to that event, spend an evening with those guys, had dinner with them. Bobby Dennis catered the dinner out there for us, and it was just a fun time, just a really fun time to spend the time visiting with Larry and Steve and Joey and some of my buddies from over there, Charlie Evans, and we visited the event where we introduced the teams was outside. They had a big band out there that night. A lot of people in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and so we got out in a crowd and got to visit with a lot of people, signed a lot of hats, took a lot of pictures, and visited with a lot of great Arkansas people. I love Hot Springs, Arkansas. I love Arkansas, period. But I really love Hot Springs, Arkansas, and it's just a really, really good place. Fred Rubanis was over there, too. I forgot about Fred and David Dudley, and for some more I'm forgetting, obviously. Our entire team wasn't there yet. Scott and Hillary had not made it there yet. They were going to get in about 2 o'clock in the morning. So I imagine the next day Roland would have been running the boat. The next day was a practice session. I think they had a couple of days practice before the tournament started. And there was no off limits. So I talked to some of the Canada team that had been there about a week. So they're taking this real seriously. And I believe they're the defending champions. But that was the highlight of our week. Our personal appearances anymore pretty much take 3 days for a 1-day appearance. I take 1 day, then I take Chris back to my daughter Sherry and her husband Jack's place over on Lake Tenkiller. That's 200 miles over there. And it takes me a day to get her over there. I spend the night there, and then we'll take off and go to the appearance the next day, or go that day, whatever, whether I leave here early afternoon or late. The appearance, and then it takes another day to get back to the ranch. So each appearance day is about 3 days now. And I've got an appearance coming up this next week. Over at First Baptist Church, Bentonville, Arkansas. That's right. I'll be back in Arkansas. First Baptist Bentonville is an incredibly great church. I mean, a great, great church. They got an incredibly great ministerial pastor staff. One of my buddies, Greg Quitt, is on the pastor staff there, and it's just a really good church. It's a great event. It is next Thursday night, and I think that is September. Whatever next Thursday night is, September 14th or 13th. Well, I don't even know what night that is. But whatever next Thursday night is. I didn't write it down on my little note here that I got. I got notes where I got that stuff written down. Did not write it down, but it's next Thursday. It starts at 5:15. The main event starts at 6:45. Get this, guys and girls. This event is catered by the Catfish Hole. That's right. And the tickets are $10. $10 to eat Catfish Hole food. I mean, it's just absolutely great. $10. Men's Night Out is what that's called. You can go to their website, First Baptist Church Bentonville, First Baptist Bentonville, Arkansas, and you can click on there, and their email newsletter is listed on there, and that newsletter will tell you about that, and it'll tell you how to register and get your ticket for that. Well, it's going to be a great evening. It's a great evening. You remember I said First Baptist Church? Baptist Church, that means there's always a lot of food available. They'll have more catfish and more potato salad, more baked beans, and more everything else than you could ever eat, I'm sure. And I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have a lot of really, really good desserts. Might even have some banana pudding. You get banana pudding a lot at Best Baptist churches. But it'll be a great event. I'll be speaking there that night. You don't want to miss that. If you've got any of our books that you want autographed, bring them. I'll be happy to autograph them. If I can remember it and not forget like I do sometimes, I'll bring a few cases of books over if you want to stop by and get a book. So if you're anywhere within 100 or a couple hundred miles of that event, please come over and see us next Thursday night, Bentonville, Arkansas. This coming Thursday night, Bentonville, Arkansas. 11, that'd be 12, 13, 14, I think is what it'd be. September 11 is tomorrow. And so I guess that would be 12, 13, 14. Thursday night would be the 14th. But if you're anywhere close, come on by over there and be there that night. It's a men's night out. You're going to absolutely love it. I am going to have my beautiful wife, Chris, with me. I don't have anybody to take care of her. And so Sherry and Jack are going to see some baseball games in Milwaukee and Chicago over the weekend. I think they're leaving that same day. Jack is trying to make, in his lifetime, go to every single Major League Baseball park of the nation. He's getting pretty close to having that list complete. And I think Milwaukee and Chicago, I don't know if he's going to see the Cubs or the White Sox. Surely he's seen the Cubs. But anyway, he's going to be over there, and they're going to go to that over the weekend. So I'll be taking Chris with me. Might be the only lady there at Men's Night Out, but she's been the only lady at those events like that before. So that'll be fine. There's not a problem with her doing that. And she will really enjoy the catfish, I promise you, because I'm not a fish fryer. And so she's going to really enjoy having some fried catfish from the Catfish Hole. But it's going to be a great evening. Like I said, I'll try to have those books out there. We'll probably have them for about $15, a little bit less than what they retail them for. And you can get them signed and autographed while you're there. If you'd like, they make absolutely outstanding gifts. If you've got some birthday parties or Christmas is really not too far down the line and you want to get a really good stocking stuffer, I know it's not a major gift, but it can be a major deal because it can make a major change in somebody's life. Catch a Better Life's what the book's called. And so we'll have those over there. I've got only one other appearance this month, and it's up in Oklahoma City. That's right, Oklahoma City. By the way, I'm going to drive over 300 miles to get to Bentonville, Arkansas. So if y'all are within a couple hundred miles away, you can still come. I'm going further than that to be there myself. But I'll be in Delacy. I'll be in Oklahoma City at the Rock the Block party, Touch a Truck event. And it's 100% free, 100% free. And it is Saturday morning. Now, I had down on my calendar Saturday morning, September 23rd. I looked on Delacy's website on the internet, and they've got that Rock the Block party or Rock the Block event down for September 30. And I have sent a note to my friends at Shell and also to Jerry Boston, who is the rep that handles the Shell Rotel account there for Delacy. Jerry's probably hunting right now, which he loves to hunt. He's a great hunter. And if I was him, I'd be hunting too. So he's probably hunting. I haven't heard anything back, but they have on their website that event is September 30. And so since that is not this next Saturday, it's not a problem. I'll let you know on next Sunday's chat and probably let you know maybe a time or two on some of the other stuff here on social media. But I believe that event is September 30. The event is 9 o'clock and 1 o'clock. It's 4 hours. It's absolutely free. It's an incredibly great event if you have kids. And it doesn't matter what age your kids are. It's a lot of trucks, and not only just the big Delacy trucks and everything they use in their businesses, but lots of other trucks. The fire department's going to have a truck there. Maybe a dozen or 15 other companies are going to have big trucks there. And it's spectacular. That's some trucks that I've never seen before. And I will have my Expressway Ram truck there, as well as my Shell Rotel Ranger boat. I'll have that there. And you can get these vehicles. You can touch them and visit with them and talk to them about them. On my Ranger boat, you can let the kids get. We had sometimes last year at that event. It's a great event, great event. We had 15 or 20 kids in my boats. A lot of times they can get in my boat, crawl around, pretend they're going 80 miles an hour down the lake, or pretend they're standing up on the middle of the front deck winning the Bassmaster Classic. They might be pretending that at 4 or 5 years old if they're in a fishing family. But we'll have my boat there. They got free food there at that event, and soft drinks and stuff. And it's just a great event. The DeLisi Brothers, a wonderful concrete company here in Oklahoma that does all kinds of work. They've actually got a mining facility that joins our property here. They got 6,000 or 7,000 acres that joins our property over here in the west, and they're mining gravel over there right now. They built a railroad spur, and they're in the process of building a railroad spur in there to be able to railroad that gravel out of that plant. We can go over on the far side of our property and up on top of the mountain, see where they're mining, but we don't hear them or anything. And every now and then we hear a little dynamite go off. But I'm glad, really and truly, if they're mining it, maybe they'll blacktop the road, county road out. My county road is blacktop from my front gate going out to the highway going east. From my front gate going back toward Daughtery, we got 6 or 7 miles of gravel road, dirty gravel road. And that goes over to that DeLisi plant, goes right to that DeLisi plant. And then it picks up blacktop again. So maybe DeLisi can get that little part blacktopped in there. Maybe they'll blacktop it. I don't know. But anyway, that DeLisi event is a fun event. It's a fun event. I look forward to it. Starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's over at 1 o'clock. I think Oklahoma University plays Iowa State that day. So the event will be over, I think, before the game starts. You never know. We have these 11 o'clock start dates in Oklahoma. They say when we get in the Southeastern Conference, we won't have to worry about that anymore. I'll bet. We'll see. We don't really mind 11 o'clock start date, but it's not a good start date if I'm working. That's just not a good start time if I'm working. So hopefully Oklahoma plays Iowa State a little bit later in the day. I think that's who we play that day. And not really 100% positive, but I believe it is. But that event right there, I believe will be September 30. I will let you know for sure. And if it's September 23rd, I'll let you know that for sure before the event happens. That's right. I can let you know next Sunday before the event happens, which I guess next Sunday will be, I don't even know what next Sunday will be. What is today's the 10th? Next Sunday will be the 17th, won't it? That's right. So we'll have plenty of time to let you know about the DeLisi event. But it's a great event to take your kids to, absolutely free. They'll have a lot of fun, I promise you. You'll have a lot of fun. If you're a guy, you'll have a lot of fun. Some of you girls might not enjoy it quite so much, except you'll enjoy seeing your kids have fun. You'll absolutely enjoy seeing your kids have fun. Things are going great here on the ranch. Chris is here with me 100% of the time, enjoying that a tremendous amount. She's enjoying it. The deer have about half hard horns. About half of them are still in velvet. They are still safe to be around right now, but they're beginning to start wanting to move things around with their head. We've had babies born here in September. Those of you that have seen some of our Twin Eagle Ranch videos over on the Twin Eagle Ranch channel, Jimmy and Chris Hughes' Twin Eagle Ranch channel, there are about 125,000 people on there. You see the little bitty babies being born in September. Never ever had it happen before. Never had it happen before. And I had never had deer born in August. We had deer born in August, deer born in September. A couple of deer born in September, as a matter of fact. So it's really cool. We're having turkeys running around everywhere. The turkeys are taming down quite a bit around the house here. But Nellie is just doing great. She's not messing with the turkeys or the deer or the elk, any of them. She'd love to play with them, but when she just doesn't even mess with them anymore. I've pretty much got her broke with that. But we're having a great time here. I'm not getting to fish very much, of course, taking care of Chris. But I told Chris with this weather changing this next week, I'm probably going to go out at daylight and take her to the bathroom at daylight and put her back to bed, go back out and fish till about 9 o'clock. And I can certainly do that quite a bit because of the fact that once I put her back to bed, she usually sleeps till about 9 or 9:30. And then gets up and has her breakfast. So I might be able to fish a little bit this week. That's good. But we got several videos planned, fishing videos. So if you're not on that Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing channel, get over on that. We spun that channel off here a few months ago. It's only got about 9 or 10,000 people on there. So a lot of you are not on Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing. Go over and subscribe to that channel. The best channel we have is Catch a Better Life, where we do a daily devotional, a fishing tip, and a scripture from God every single solitary day. Guys and girls, I'm going to end this thing. Go out there and have you a great one this week. Remember to smile at everybody you meet. Remember to stay positive in everything to do. Remember to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And if you think about something bad you want to say to somebody or about somebody, zip it up and don't say it. Be an encourager. Be a life giver. Give life. Speak life into people's lives. Speak encouragement into them. If you know something bad about somebody, forget it. Don't spread it around. And remember, I sure do love you.